This is the Aflac Insurance Inside High School Sports Show, highlighting all of Section 3, interviewing the greatest local coaches and athletes. Brought to you by SummitCars.com, broadcasting in the ESPN studios. Here's your host, Mike Bristol, and Eagle Newspapers' Phil Blackwell.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Aflac Insurance Inside High School Sports Show. Phil a little bit underneath the weather, so sent him home to get some rest. He's got a busy 6 weeks here with all the high school sports action. A great show for you. We're going to kick things off with our Aflac Spotlight interview with members of the Manlius Pebble Hill boys golf team. You know, even with this weekend's, I guess, return to weather, as you can see, great winter here. Plenty of action, though, this month for area high school boys golf teams. You got Manlius Pebble Hill has won all of its matches so far. Its top player, John Gruninger, he's obviously has been big national tournaments, second place finish in the tournament in Tampa, Florida a couple weeks ago. He's going to join us here in studio with his talented MPH teammate Grant Lewis. So we're going to chat with those two, get right into golf, kind of, you look at basically, I guess, which tournaments they played in during the summer here to get ready for the 2019 season. We'll talk a little bit about, the tournament in Tampa, which was on the Copperhead course where actually the PGA Tour plays each March. So that's really interesting and beautiful, beautiful course and the way that was designed. So we'll chat a little bit about that. We'll also talk to Grant a little bit about, pushing all the way and his success here and get right into the schedule and talk about MPH and, the golf that it has and how good it has been for so many years. After that, we've got our SummitCars.com spotlight interview with members of the Cazenovia softball team. And, while we're used to seeing, think about this, teams do well at Cazenovia High School, a lot of great teams, it doesn't have much of a history when it comes to the softball program. So this year, they've already seen the Lakers roar out to a 5-0 start. It hasn't put them into the state rankings, but we're going to talk to Lorraine Sheftick, who's going to be here in studio. Some of obviously so many field hockey teams and championships at Cazenovia. We know all about those. So 5 of her players will be here in studio: Samantha Morgan, Hannah Madison, Alora Wilmot, Mackenzie Waite, and Maddie Waite. Both, all 5 will be here in studio as well as coach, and we'll talk about Cazenovia softball and get into that a little bit here. So a great program for you. Stand by, talking golf next. We'll be right back. This is the Aflac Insurance Inside High School Sports Show, and it's presented by SummitCars.com.
This is the Aflac Insurance Inside High School Sports Show, brought to you by SummitCars.com.
All right, here we are back in studio, and as I mentioned, we're going to talk some golf here. And it's always nice to have some of the local talent in studio. So first and foremost, we've got our Aflac Spotlight interview, members of the Manlius Pebble Hill boys golf team, Johnny Gruninger. What's up, Johnny?
Nothing much.
Good to have you in studio. And, of course, Grant Lewis. What's up, Grant?
Hey, how's it going?
Grant, what's happening, bud?
Nothing much. Just trying to be patient with this weather, trying to get the season underway.
So you look at this, you get a couple nice days, you're starting to feel good, right? Right, hit the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it snows.
It's
what do you think?
It's always a setback when we start to pick up momentum. Right. Matches get canceled. We try to practice as much as we can, but the weather just makes it close to impossible.
The weather just doesn't cooperate.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Johnny, let's talk to you here for a second. Made some noise in the national tournaments, including a second place finish in the tournament in Tampa, Florida, a couple weekends ago. First of all, talk about heading down to Tampa. What was that?
Yeah.
Who are you with? Give me the whole play-by-play. Break it down for me.
So we have a house in Sarasota. So
you and your dad?
Yeah, my mom, and then my grandmother, my aunt were there, and just me and my dad and my mom went to the tournament though, and it was fun. Good tournament.
So good tournament. First of all, what made you go down to Tampa to play? Was it the fact you had the house down there, or when did you enter? All that kind of stuff.
Well, I played in the same type of tournament over Christmas, and I really liked the course. Liked everything about it, well-run tournament. So we decided to play this one, the Easter one. Just a good tournament. And then having the house down there definitely helps for staying. It's nice not to have to stay in a hotel and all that.
So you're down there. You decide to play in this tournament. What type of competition? What was it like?
Yeah, it was good competition. There was 65 people, and all really solid players. And the course was really hard, so the scores weren't as low as it would be. It was very windy.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, and let's get into this here because I want to. We've got our SummitCars.com spotlight interview. You go down, you play, what is it, Copperhead course. PJ plays what, every March?
Yep.
So talk about that.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's really fun playing with the pros play. Really hard course, super nice
Did
condition.
you meet anybody? Meet any pros? Anybody out there?
On Christmas, I played with John Daly's son.
Come on.
I met John, so that was cool.
Does he hammer the ball like his dad?
Yeah, he crushes it.
Right.
Crushes it. He was way past me the whole round.
I think the father-son, I think those guys played in a tournament about a month ago.
On the Champions Tour.
What was that like?
Yeah, just talking to him with how, big his dad is. He's really down to earth. He didn't really talk about him a lot, but he's a nice kid. Really
How old is he?
I think he's 15.
Okay, 15.
Yeah.
Doesn't John have a couple kids though? A couple sons?
I think he only has one.
Just the one?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So you're there playing with John Daly's son, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was he giving you any pointers or any things to think about or what?
No, not really. I beat him that day, so.
Oh man, there we go. You smoked him.
Got to do it.
You got it. Look at and your boy here next door is saying, "Tell me you beat him. Tell me you beat him." All right, hey, let's talk here for a second. I want to chat a little bit about you, Grant. So you're here on this team. You're a little bit older.
Yep.
What kind of advice, I guess, in terms of mental preparation, all that kind of stuff, are you giving the guys on the team and everybody?
So our team is kind of unique. I mean, we've been successful. Since I came to MPH in 9th grade, we've been successful every season, sectional champs every season. We've won about 53 league matches in a row. So, and it's not always about the competition that you're playing, because each individual on our team is playing the course, and everybody's at a different skill level. So it's just about keeping people in the right mind. We have our ranks on our team. Me and Johnny are usually the top two, but that doesn't mean our coach always pairs us together, because coach does a good job. Though we might not always be practicing with everybody on the team, because we have our own things to work on, we'll sometimes go to the course. Well, coach will take the less experienced players to the range. So he does a great job with them. And then when it comes time for the match, he'll put me and Johnny with some less experienced guys to just help them through the round, make sure they're not getting down on themselves if they hit a bad shot, so they can bounce back and collectively shoot a good team score, which has made us so successful.
Grant, talk as a coach right now. Okay, so now let's talk as a coach, and let's look at Johnny.
Right.
How would you break down his game? All the positives first, then we'll get into the things he needs to work on. Give me the positives here about him.
I'm Johnny's swing coach right now.
Yep.
All the positives: he's a fairway finder, excellent wedge player. He's getting up and down from everywhere, and that just is kind of something that goes along with how much he practices and the time and work that he puts in on his swing and his short game.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk about the things he needs to work on.
Johnny, something he needs to work on. I mean, super competitive. Every time we play, we're going at it, but sometimes it gets to his head a little. He can stay a little calm and cooler and collected on the course, but I think it's good to have an edge out there.
All right, so Johnny boy, now let's break down Grant. Mm-hmm. First of all, give me all the positive of his game.
He crushes the ball. Usually very straight.
What kind of driver do you use, or do you mix it up?
I've been using the TaylorMade M4 for past 2 seasons.
Okay. Stiff shaft, 8.5, 9.5,
extra
10.5.
stiff.
What?
Extra stiff, 9.5.
Okay.
No extra fade draw setting.
I play a 6.5.
6.5. All right.
What do you got on that, bro?
I mean, I bet you get some nice roll with that.
Yeah.
All right, keep going. So give me the negatives. Or the things he needs to work on. No negatives. We don't talk negative here, just positive.
Well, maybe the only thing that really he could work on, it's not that he's bad at it, is just wedges, getting him closer to the hole.
That's the whole thing. Everyone says it. Isn't 80% your game practice 80 yards in or 100 yards in or something?
Yeah,
like that?
Definitely.
Which one? What is it? What
if you can't,
120 in, 100 in, what?
If you can't score from inside 100 yards, you're not going to win any tournament. So
not going to work.
Exactly.
I mean,
how much time putting? Got to be a boatload of time practicing putting.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I don't know why. I don't really enjoy practicing putting, but I've started to
Yeah, I don't either.
But I've started to just accept the fact that you need to practice putting. It's probably the biggest part of the game. and it's slowly getting better.
You have a certain grip, certain hold on the club, footwork, all that kind of stuff when you're putting. Is there something you look at and you're trying to be like? Is there a pro that you trying to mimic that style? Do you look at statistics and say if you hold the club this way and do this, that, and everything, you have a much better shot at putting it in? What? Give me some data.
Okay, so me personally for putting, it's all feel. I don't try to get too technical, but lately I've switched my grip a little bit. It's more of a right hand low since I'm left-handed, so it's like a cross hand, and I'm kind of resembling it after my favorite golfer, Jordan Spieth.
Oh yeah,
back when
that bro can't close it though. Sometimes, man, what's going on? Can fill me in with?
He's struggling.
What's up?
It's been hard to root for him. I think it's all in his head.
It is.
It's definitely. I mean, he's proved he's won 3 majors. He's won I think he's won 10 tournaments.
He's the guy that starts unraveling the last 3, 4, 5 holes.
I know. I saw a stat. His first 2 days, Thursday, Friday, scoring average is 68.7, and then his weekend is 73.4.
Yeah, I saw
That's crazy.
Right.
So
right. You're like, what are you doing?
I mean, as a pro golfer, you
know that
you
that's
have
in
to
your
be
head.
able to put 4 rounds together, and the fact that he hasn't done it once is just it has to be mental.
Yeah, something's in his head.
Yeah.
Grant, who's your favorite golfer?
Favorite golfer?
All time.
Probably. I've kind of switched on and off, but I'm always rooting for Phil.
Philly.
Yep. Because I'm a lefty too. Johnny's a lefty, and my dad's always loved Phil his whole life.
I like seeing the Phil. So I don't know if you guys ever saw the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, 360 or whatever they did. So you guys, but did you even know who those guys are? I hope you do, because otherwise I'd have to teach on old school hoops. So they did this amazing thing, and they break it down how the love of the game and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, they did Phil and Tiger, which you guys saw that, right? I hope.
Yeah.
Which is a great piece. And, of course, they elaborate and they make it much more emotional and all that kind of stuff. It's great, though. What did you guys think of? I loved listening to Phil talk about everything about Tiger, his competitiveness, where Phil was early on compared to where he is now, and still now playing better golf or whatever it might be. But what is your thought about Phil and how he's kind of been so successful for so many years?
I think that he's so comfortable just playing his own game. Like, he might be wild off the tee, he might miss greens, but he's always just confident going into every shot. And I feel like he's one of the best at just like leaving a bad shot behind him. You don't ever see him get super frustrated like some of the guys like Rahm out there or anybody else. But I think his ability just to like be creative, move on, and like pick his own way around the course makes him so successful. Do people? I know the fans love Tiger. How about you guys as golfers? Do you guys like Tiger? Because I will give you my opinion after you two go. I hope. Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
I mean, me personally, my grandpa was a huge Tiger fan.
Yep.
Like die hard. But I mean, so I respect him as a golfer. Obviously, he's arguably the greatest golfer of all time, and he just won the Masters, which is
incredible
for
comeback,
him.
incredible. Yeah.
But me personally, I mean, I don't root against him, but it's not like, oh, Tiger's playing, he has to win.
Right.
Because, I've been alive
Amen.
for most of the bad stuff that he's done. I mean, obviously, I know what he did, like, before I was born. But, like, he's done a lot of bad stuff and stuff that you don't really want to take in as a role model, like him being your role model. So, I mean, I'm not against him, but I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I mean, you forgive, you move on, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My thing is this, that I don't care about his story anymore. Like, I don't care about that he won this and how great it is and how phenomenal, how this and that. I just don't. There's so much more that goes into, you can win a golf tournament, but there's all that other stuff. What charitable work are you doing? What are all these other things, all these things that truly matter in life?
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I want to know about. And it's great that you're a great golfer, but I don't want to keep hearing how this is such a great, comeback story of all time and all this other kind of stuff. Great, you can hit a golf ball. Let's talk about, and not that I want to go negative either, but the bottom line is you look at specific guys that have really done it great off the course and on the course. And people make mistakes and you forgive, but there's also things like, to an extent, like, holy cow, this is like out of control.
Right.
From a team standpoint, let's talk about how important it is, I guess, Grant, when you look at, in your own right, pushing these guys and pushing this team all the way. So what does it take? The mental preparation in the game of golf, I mean, I don't know if it's... Your skill is great, and skill in other sports can take over. If you do not have the mental aspect in golf.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that, and it has to be. And I don't know if it's 80% of the game, 70% of the game. I don't know how your coach breaks it down, but talk about that part.
So yeah, the mental side of golf in general is definitely huge. It's important to just forget about a bad shot because you'll hear the pros say it, everybody's going to have a few bad shots in the round. So it's important to like adjust and just forget about them. But then like as a team standpoint, when like on a high school team, a large chunk like don't practice every day in the summer, don't play all the time, don't play in big tournaments like Johnny and I do, and don't have that experience. Right. So especially like 9-hole matches, sure, you can like battle through it as like weekend warrior golfer, someone that doesn't play all the time. But when it comes time for like sectionals, which is always like the biggest thing for our team, like it's kind of the end of our season, and we're always looking to win. It's like that culmination of growing throughout the season, each match, bring it into like 18 holes of focus for some of these guys that we work with throughout the season.
Johnny, kind of elaborate a little bit more on that too.
Yeah, so, I mean, our team is a lot different than it has been in the past. We lost 2 seniors last year that they were pretty good in 9-hole matches, but when it comes to sectionals, they were really reliable. Because in sectionals,
stepped up.
If you can get like 4 scores in our section at least, 4 scores under 85, I mean, you're gonna have no problem winning. You know, that's what we did year after year. You know, this year it might be a little different. We have some kids stepping up, but I know for a fact each one of them has the chance to shoot a really good score. You know, we're just trying to prepare them with just the rest of the matches, and then come playoff time, I think they'll be ready for sure to step up.
You gotta have one of you guys come over and be a little swing coach for me.
It sounds good.
Grant, since you're older, and we talked about a little bit of reasonable goals, I guess. Let's talk about the state tournament. June rolls around. What's a reasonable goal in the tournament?
For me, myself?
Yep.
I've kind of disappointed myself the past few years.
Let's step up, bro.
Colgate.
Let's get it going. Here
exactly.
we go.
Senior season, it's time. But my goals this year are definitely it always starts sectionals, which is always the Monday. We get to miss school. So that's the first step. You got to just shoot the score. It's not like a low number. You just got to play pretty solid. And then moving into Seven Oaks, the numbers is always like you got to shoot 80-80.
What a course, huh?
It's a beast there. But it's all about just keeping in the fairway,
you're
hitting green.
just frustrated and you want to whip a club.
I think we're both culprits of that.
Yeah. And have you tossed the club in practice rounds? I'm guessing you have, and I'm guessing on the course in an actual match you haven't. Be honest.
We'll
Don't. Come on, go ahead. Give me any good stories.
I mean, there's a few. Even in tournaments and matches, sometimes you get a few club slams going on. Hit a few bad shots in a row. Sometimes
have you ever broke a club?
Sometimes that's the only way to forget a bad shot.
Yeah. You ever break club? Many?
Not on purpose.
Well, give me a good story. Come on, Johnny, give me a story. Give me a club tossing or a club breaking story. Let's go. All the best have one.
His dad might be listening. I don't know.
Listen, Johnny's dad, don't worry.
I'm not going to lie. When I was like 10, 11.
Oh, well, then you're trying to figure out.
I mean,
you're going to be emotional.
Back then, like, golf wasn't really that big for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I was still playing hockey and baseball. So, like, I started taking golf really seriously, like, at 13. And, you know, from then on, I haven't done anything bad. But before that, I think I snapped 2 clubs in one round at Westvale when I was, like, 10.
I had a buddy throw his putter up into a tree. It didn't come down. So that was pretty funny. He was trying to get it down. Actually, let's talk about your goals. So let's talk about tournament time.
So it's kind of same for me. It's been a different kind of disappointment because I've made it into the state tournament the last 3 years, but I haven't really. Last year was really bad. I didn't play well at all. You know, it's a hard course. I think it's actually a really good course for me. It's really tight, but I just haven't really been solid there. Except the first year I came tied for 15th. So this year, obviously you have to make it in first, which is no easy feat. But once I get in, I'm trying to compete for sure.
So you get in, of course you get in. How do you set each round up? Like, how do you say, okay, this is what I need to do this round? Does it change? Is it always the same? Talk to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first round, well, it's a cool thing because you're with 9 of your teammates and, you know, we're all really close, like brothers. Especially this year, it's going to be really fun because, I mean, we're all friends. We all play together during the summer. So, you know, it's a relaxed vibe. It's not all serious until you get to the first round where, I mean, last year, I think I bogeyed my first 5 holes. You know, that just takes you out of it completely. So you have to get off to a good start in those first few holes, and then the second round depends on what you shoot the first round. If you shoot a good number, you just have to play solid again. But if you're a few back, you really gotta take it low.
So most of the larger schools play a fall schedule. I guess given the choice, would you prefer that so that you had a full season of good weather? Guys? Grant, go ahead.
The weather's definitely a factor, but it's kind of a toss-up for me because, like, if you have a fall schedule, you're in that, like, competitive mode for high school golf, a couple matches a week, and then you have sectionals at the end of fall, but then you're kind of, like, trying to practice in the winter, which is tough, and just, like, trying to get prepared for the state quals and then states, because, like, the fall and spring seasons combined for that qualifier.
Right.
So they're, like, kind of, and there's only, like, one big tournament, like, locally to play in before that, which is, like, the only way to prep for, like, tournament that means, like, whether you get into states or not. So for the spring season, I like having a lot of competitive rounds to, like, prepare for that, but then the weather just makes it a lot worse in the spring.
We've got our Affleck Spotlight interview, members of the Manly's Pebble Hill boys golf team. So a couple more things. I guess, Johnny, let's go to you. Do you hope, I guess, that some of the success you've enjoyed makes more kids at MPH really come out and get excited about golf and the mission of golf? And by the way, I think the school is wonderful. I think MPH is it's a terrific, terrific school.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, this year we definitely have some newer kids. I mean, like Nick Trivelpiece.
Okay.
He's a little man, but...
Trivelpiece, does he have a good nickname? You guys make something up? Because that's a good...
Nothing yet. No. We will, though.
Get it going.
And, he just comes in every day.
Does his thing, works hard, and so. Yep. All right, what's next for you two? So you guys are buddies. You guys get paired up sometimes. You guys do your thing. Talk about working together, your friendship.
Even though Johnny's 2 years younger, as a sophomore, he's like probably one of my best friends, for sure. Like we'll play all the time during the summer as much as we can. We go on vacation together in Florida all the time. We'll play down there.
Yeah, golfers seem to be a little bit more mature than all the other athletes for some reason.
Definitely. Like, I think we have this group we call the Stripe Shows, and it's kind of like all our good friends that are great players around from all different schools. We have like Nick Bowe from West Jenny, Max Deck from Beeville, and like a couple.
Set up over
Spencer Baum.
Over social media. Did you guys get a thing rolling? Snapchat?
Got, like, Spencer from Liverpool. So, and it's all our goal to make the state team and like play together as one team and maybe do some damage this year.
Way to get focused. I love that. Let's do some shout outs. Johnny, who do you want to shout out to?
My parents.
Nice.
Coach O'Malley.
Yep.
My swing coach, Linda Mulheron at Drumlins.
Linda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Linda, give me a call. I need to work on a little bit of my swing here.
And then just the kids on the golf team for working hard.
Beautiful. Grant, shout out.
Yeah, so I think it's important to recognize like our top 6 on our team. So we have us 2, and then we have Tommy Wildhack, Gavin Cardamone, Nick Trivelpiece, Max Fung, Brendan O'Malley, and then Coach for like kind of bringing us all together, pairing us up, and helping us be successful.
Do your thing.
And then Jack Conger is my swing coach. He's kind of like a mentor to me, and I always have fun working with him, and he's a great teacher.
Nice. I have to give Jack a call too. Where are you going to school, Grant? What's the thought?
Decision time's on Wednesday, but I got it down between Hobart and Bucknell.
Playing at both.
Yeah.
So where are you going? Come on.
Come
on. Let's go. Come on.
It's a toss-up right now.
Really?
Honestly. Why? They both got a lot
You're going
to
to
offer.
Bucknell, aren't you?
What?
You're going to Bucknell.
We'll go with that.
I mean, come on.
Might surprise you.
I already got it picked out. Will you head to Hobart instead?
Yeah, might have to.
I don't know. I'd go to Bucknell, buddy. Johnny, where do you feel like going? What do you feel like doing?
Definitely want to play college golf.
Yep.
Trying to get a D1 scholarship.
Absolutely.
I mean, I started the recruiting process a little bit, so I'm just kind of starting to try.
Where's schools? Any thought? I mean, you want to go down south?
Yeah, obviously want to go down south. I'm kind of trying to keep my options open though right now. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Just be patient. Let the schools start contacting, and I'll make a decision hopefully in the next year on where I'm going.
All right, I love it. Well, boys, give yourselves a big round of applause. Manly's Pebble Hill Boys Golf here on the Affleck Insurance Inside High School Sports Show. Johnny Greninger and Grant Lewis. Guys, thanks for coming in studio.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
you.
A
lot of fun having both of you guys. We'll be right back. This is the Affleck Insurance Inside High School Sports Show presented by SummitCars.com.
This is the Affleck Insurance Inside High School Sports Show, brought to you by SummitCars.com.
All right, here we are back on the program. Mike Bristol, Phil is home in bed, and we had to send him home. He always does a great job hooking us up with all this information and getting all the guests in, so we appreciate Phil tremendously. We've got Lorraine Sheftek in studio. What's up, Lorraine? How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Cazenovia softball now, and so we're not talking field hockey.
Nope.
We're talking softball.
Yes, we are.
So you've brought some great, talented girls in here. 5-0 start.
Yeah.
So let's get close to the microphone and let's talk about your start. So give it to me. 5-0. Talk about these girls.
Oh, these girls have been doing great. We had a good preseason, though we were indoors for a long time. We did use the practice time to really get some things done. We had a good preseason, and hopefully, it'll continue to carry on for the rest of the season.
So we've got, I want to get into this here for a second. So, Lorraine, we've got our SummitCars.com Spotlight interview. Let's talk about field hockey, and instead we're talking softball. But first, give me a little quick heads up on field hockey.
Well, field hockey obviously doesn't start till the fall, but
Right.
we've had, we do some open gyms and some skills and drills throughout the year.
Are you cross-recruiting, bringing some of these girls over? Or how does that
I
work?
have before. Two of these players have play field hockey for me as well, and now are on the softball team. Honestly, I just want kids to play any sport.
Yeah.
Don't just do nothing. Whether they play field hockey, softball, volleyball, basketball, just be active.
All right, let's talk about who's in the studio. Samantha Morgan. What's up, Samantha? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's good to have you in studio. So, Samantha, talk about this, your Cazenovia softball team.
It's amazing. We have such good chemistry on this team. It's one of the best seasons I've had in a long time. I just love going to practice every day and playing with these girls.
Tell me why you love the season so far.
Well, obviously we have a winning season, so it's better than a losing season we've had a couple years. But it's just great playing with such young girls and teaching them what I've learned as a person growing up, and with the experience I've had on this team, it's just great to put it on them and show them what.
What's been the difference, you feel like? Like, what's in this season compared to others?
We do have a lot more coaches this year. So instead of just doing one station throughout practice, we have multiple going on, and they're just really positive and keeping us going.
All right, let's talk to Hannah Madison. What's up, Hannah?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
Good to have you in studio. Hannah, what position?
I'm the first baseman.
All right, so you're playing first base. Talk about Lorraine and what she's done for this team.
Well, she's a great coach. She's always very encouraging, and she pushes us a lot to do our best. And like what we're doing is never good enough. She's always pushing us to the next level, doing whatever she can to get us to win and get us to be the best that we can be.
I love it. Alora, Wilma, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to have you in studio. So you look at this Cazenovia team. What's been the biggest difference for you?
I'd say just how much we get along and how much we all love the sport. Because we're all at practice every day working hard, pushing each other, and we have coaches pushing us. We just always want to be the best we can be, and I think that's shown with being 5-0.
Talk about off-season stuff. Were you girls practicing, doing some stuff in the off-season, summer ball, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, two of us actually play for travel teams in the local area.
Nice.
We have open gyms in February and March, and we start pretty
It's so
early.
much more accessible. When we played, it just wasn't like that. Like you only practice when you practice. You'd have to get things together when you had to get things together. We would play some summer leagues and all that kind of stuff, but there'd be a few coaches that would be real active, and those are the great coaches. Those are the guys that, like, I remember my baseball coach when I was in 8th grade. He was a varsity coach. He was already bringing me to hitting practice in 8th grade because he cared. You know what I mean? Where a lot of the other guys are just, during the season they coach, and then after that you didn't know where they were.
Yeah.
So I love that you have such an active coach and the coaches here in Section 3 now that do so much for all the athletes. Let's talk about Mackenzie. What's up, Mackenzie?
Nothing much. How about you?
Good to have you in studio. So exciting, 5-0 start.
It is exciting. It's a big change from the past couple of years.
So you start winning. It feels good, doesn't it?
It really does.
And everyone's smiling. You want to keep it rolling. So how do you keep it rolling?
I think that just between all of us, none of us really get down on each other in the field when we make mistakes. We build each other back up again, and we're able to just go right back into how we were at the beginning of a game or whatever situation we're in.
That's great. Maddie, let's go to you. So I take it you two are sisters.
Yes, we are.
Who's the coolest sister?
Obviously me.
Yeah. Who's the most talented sister? You two?
Duh, me.
Yeah, I got you.
Ouch.
So
She's like the mom.
when you look at, tell me position-wise what you two do and how you guys work together and your relationship and all that.
It's actually really cool. I'm the catcher, and
Okay.
then we've got Kenzie on the opposite side of the field. She's playing center field.
All right, so you're talking constantly.
Yeah.
Right.
We're really big talkers on the field. We always know what's going on.
What's happening, where things are at, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. All right, Lauren, let's bounce to you. I guess early as it is, do you sense, I guess, a similarity between the group and some other teams that you've seen? I know that this is somewhat new, what have you. Tell me, this is the biggest thing. Tell me how the environment has changed, the team chemistry has changed, your motto, all that leadership type stuff that generates wins.
Well, we, like Alora said, 2 of our players have been playing club ball for a long time, and both of them are pitchers, and we have outstanding pitching this year.
Which is huge, and you know that's like
big.
Yeah,
in at the high school level softball, and then we've had just some players who we have great defense, and we've had some timely hitting, and we spent a lot more time on hitting thanks to some of my volunteer coaches.
So you
really
brought in
helped
some
us.
parents, some friends, some what? What? Tell me what you've
Yeah,
done.
we went out, got some
Tell me about
resources.
your recruiting tactics. Let's go.
I do have some really great
Friends.
parents and friends that are very knowledgeable about softball, and I've gone to them and asked them how to do things. And
So before the season started, you said, "Listen, we're going to win. This is my game plan."
well, I just said this is my game plan. I'm not sure I said we were going to win, but I knew with the dynamics that we had that we did have the potential to win. We only have 9 girls on the team. We only have 19 in the whole program.
That's
so
crazy.
They get a lot of reps, and we can spend time on individual things that sometimes are overlooked at practice.
Just gotta stay healthy.
The fine details that we can spend a lot of time on. And we have to stay healthy.
And you're trying to change that, obviously, like getting more girls probably playing and into the sport.
Yeah, we're trying to change the culture. And
Is there a feeder program? Is it young? Like, does it start real young or no?
we have a modified and a JV. Yeah, we have a youth program. Our youth program is awesome. So we tend to lose kids sometimes as the school years go on, as they move up in years. But our youth program is really great.
Oh, that's good. Samantha, let's bounce to you. You do most of the pitching, at least from what I've read.
Yes,
From
I
the
do.
guru, Phil Blackwell.
Yeah.
How helpful, I guess, that you have Laura and working together?
Well, I know that she plays third when I'm pitching, so I know that she's got my back if
She
any
gets
balls.
the rips down on
Yeah,
third.
definitely.
Right.
She eats them up. But if I'm not having a good game, I know that she's ready to come in whenever I need her to, and she'll get us back on top.
She'll be there. Lorraine, you're also talking. Who else does a second majority of pitching?
Laura does.
All right, Laura, let's talk about it. So you're doing the same thing. You throw a lot of trash, or what do you do? Tell me about your spots.
Well, I do like to throw things besides fastballs because I like to change up timing.
So tell me about them.
Timing-wise?
Tell me about your pitches, how you've learned them, what you throw.
Yeah, well, my pitching coach, Tracy Traxler, actually taught me a lot of it. I throw like a curveball a lot of the time. That's probably my favorite pitch to
So
throw.
you throw the deuce.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And your catcher knows when to call those out. Or Lorraine, do you throw any signals out? You saying, do you ever feed her and say
I have one of my coaches feed the catcher, and
every pitch or specific times?
mostly every pitch.
Oh wow, that's awesome. All right, so
Yep.
Lorraine's going to be a Yankees manager someday.
But my I'm more of a Met fan. But my
not in the studio. Out of here.
But my catcher is, she's only a sophomore, so there will come a time where I'm sure she can
take a little.
she can call her own
Read the
pitches.
batters and know what's going on. All right, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, so we throw a lot
So you
of...
throw the curveball.
Throw curveballs and screw balls, rise balls, change, drop, everything. Just...
How did you learn? So everything came from your pitching coach, some stuff you messed around with, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Because
grips and spins, snap, just...
Because I remember throwing and overhand, and I don't know, and Lauren, you'd probably someone have to tell me, but overhand seems to be easier to be able to throw a curveball, a sinker, a knuckleball, whatever a slider. What's it like underhand when you're... and have you tried overhand? And did you ever try to throw a curveball overhand and then throw one underhand? Have you ever tried the difference? No.
Not overhand, no, but underhand.
But you're still throwing a spin, right? So you're like a bowler. Are you turning your hand over, your wrist over when you're throwing a curveball?
Actually, it's just a certain spin and then releasing it kind of sideways almost.
All right, let me
and then,
see.
like,
Stand
footwork.
up and give me. I want to see. I'm always interested in like a underhand curve. So
So when you're here in your position and then you finish down and across here and then it'll.
So it's a spin and the ball's coming across, which would make sense, I guess. Based. All right, how are you throwing a screwball?
Same grip.
Yep.
But then just get your hips out of the way and throw it the other way.
So it's almost like a
you're opening
slider
the door.
is a screwball or what? Because curveball's coming across, slider usually comes around. So it's just a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
You ever throw knuckle or anything like that?
Change kind of grip is a bit of a knuckle. I have really small hands.
How about hitting spots? Are you big into like directional type stuff, inside, outside, up, down, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Or Samantha more of that too?
Sam's probably better at hitting your spots than I am. But
I love it. Yeah. All right, very, very cool. Laura, let's bounce to you. I don't think have we talked to you? No, mate. Who do I miss? Have I talked to everybody? Everybody. Who did I miss? No, I think I talked to your first base. I think I'm good now. All right, we'll keep going around then. All right, let's talk about of all the wins so far, which one was, I guess, the most important in terms of, of building the team, confidence, all that kind of stuff. Sam, why don't you answer that first?
I thought our win against West Hill.
Yeah, don't talk about the Mustangs because I'm a Mustang. So.
No, West Hill, that was a great win for us because we weren't really sure what the outcome was going to be when we got there. And so when we won, it was 12-6. It was really good. Yeah.
Hannah, how about you? What's the best win, fun win, exciting win?
I would definitely say the West Hill game too.
West Hill for you?
I think for Kaz, West Hill is always like a big game, and no matter like what sport it is. So it was like a big deal to beat West Hill.
Laura.
West Hill.
Everyone's going West Hill.
Yeah, definitely.
Mackenzie?
Definitely.
Shocker, I'm going to say West Hill.
Maddie?
West Hill.
West Hill. Lorraine?
Definitely West Hill. I mean, West Hill's always there. All their programs are good, and they've always been good. The coach is really nice. The players are nice, but it's just nice to beat a team like West
A good
Hill.
team. We're talking our spotlight interview members of the Cazenovia girls softball team. Lorraine, I guess during the school break, did you guys get to travel? What did you do? Did you mix things up?
We did not travel.
Okay. Were you thinking of doing it next year? It's going to be a part of a thing or never?
Wasn't really thinking about it, no. And we had most of our players still in town, and we actually were ready to play a couple of games, but those teams canceled on us. So we didn't end up. We didn't end up. Marcellus was one of them. So we didn't.
Great team.
We didn't end up playing any games over vacation, but we
Lisa
did practice.
That team, McLaughlin?
Yeah,
Lisa's
and she took her team down south. That's
did
why.
she?
Didn't just,
Yeah.
And
she's my girl. Her and I coached together. Little modified hoops back in the day. So she gets fiery too. Do you two ever get a little?
No, we're all the coaches in my league. Like I've only been in the league. I've only been coaching this team for 5 years.
Right.
So I don't. There's a lot of coaches I don't know. No, I seem to get along with most of them, all of them.
That's great.
So we just practiced over vacation. We did mix it up. There was only,
You talk West Hill, Marcellus, Solvay. Talk about some of those big teams.
Yeah, those are big teams with programs that have been really
Established
successful. And so, like we said, just even beating West Hill was big. We're hoping to give Marcellus and Solvay a good game, but we also are realistic that their programs are
established.
But,
Anybody
playing
can beat
teams
anybody.
like that, it's a win-win. You play a good team, it's good for your team. And if you beat a good team, it's even better for your team.
Have you taken, and I'm guessing that is the case, but have you taken the same success story with field hockey, and is it the same formula for softball?
Yes. Yeah. You do a lot of
similar things.
Yeah, a lot of basic drills, and you just the fundamentals, regardless of what sport you coach, and then with the people that
Completely
you have,
agree.
you try and take that further, and then build your practice like that. I'm a big practice person. Like
So am I. Yep.
I'm pretty organized with my practices, in both sports, and
just it's so interesting when you're an athlete, and if you can, like you're talking fundamentals, but the few key things that if you're really good at, it's amazing how good you can be. I mean, it's really incredible, and it's so basic. And if you break things down in that way, and you see those basic things, it's just
the pitching is big.
Oh.
I mean, just having two girls
Great
who
pitchers.
can really put the ball over the plate,
throw it where you need it to go and all that. Yep.
pitch well.
So I guess you girls are probably excited about the weather.
Yes, today especially.
Yeah, I think tomorrow you're going to actually see snow on the ground that's going to stick.
I'll cry.
Get excited for that. All right, let's talk about being a real sectional championship contender here. What needs to improve? Maddie, let's go to you. If you look at this team right now, what needs to improve?
I don't really know. Honestly, we all get along so well. I've never been on a team with better team chemistry. We can laugh about anything. When we're on the field, if we mess up, we shake it right off. We get back out there and we play as hard as we can. I think, honestly, just getting our bats going more, but we're doing a lot better on bats than we did last year to begin with. But if we can just keep that momentum going and really get those runs, I think we can definitely go to sectionals.
Very cool. Mackenzie, how about you? What needs to improve? What else needs to happen?
I agree with my sister on that one.
That's good.
Yeah, for once.
Is there ever any sister battles, like in the huddle or on the field?
Oh, yes,
you guys
but
aren't like tackling each
they're
other.
out of love.
Yeah, okay.
They're definitely joking, but sometimes they get serious.
Lorraine, what do you do? Just let them finish it
physical.
out? Yeah, work it out, girls.
They're sisters. That's going to happen. And even the other ones, it's like being with your sister. You got to work it out.
Yeah.
Like we're all sisters. We all work everything
We all
out.
talk to each other like sisters.
Well, that's good. Alora, how about you? What needs to happen? What do you feel?
I'd say consistency. Just consistently hitting the ball, consistently knowing where to go, consistently knowing the play and
That's a good.
how many outs there are and everything.
I like it. Who else do I need? Hannah, how about you?
I definitely agree with Alora about consistency. And I think just like taking how well we've done now and just continuing that throughout the season and don't let down and just keep pushing and trying to improve and keep working hard throughout the whole season.
That's great. Sam?
I think getting up earlier in the game is one of the hardest things for us because it takes us a while to see the pitcher, what they're throwing. So I think if we go up there with more confidence, we can hit more and get up early.
All right, where's everyone going to school? Sam, what are you doing? What are your plans? What are your thoughts?
I'm going to SUNY Oswego.
Nice.
And I'm majoring in math.
Oh, I love it. I'm a horrific math student. So that's awesome that you're doing math.
Yeah, and I also plan
You gonna be a
on
math teacher or what are you?
No.
Mathematician?
I was looking more like actuary or accountant or something like that.
Okay. Hannah?
I'm going to Houghton College, and I'll be playing basketball there.
Nice, you're a hoop player. I love it.
And I'm going to be going into physical therapy.
Very cool. Laura?
I haven't thought about plans quite
Yeah, you got a little time.
I got some time.
You got
I
some time. Mackenzie?
Well, I don't really have a school yet.
Yeah.
But I'm looking into like medicine and biology.
Okay, nice. Maddie?
I don't really know.
Got some time,
I just
too.
know that I want to do something like animal related. I love animals in general.
Oh, that's really nice. Lorraine, what's your next career after you retire?
Well, actually, I am retiring.
Oh, no!
I'm retiring at the end of the school year.
Well, you can still coach.
But I am still coaching, both field hockey and softball.
Congratulations.
So I don't really have another career, but I'm still going to be coaching. Thank
I've
you.
had so many coaches come in and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to go paint houses now, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to... I
don't know.
Feeling that's not that exciting
I
for
actually
you.
would like to do more coaching.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because right now I don't have a lot of time with teaching and coaching, and then, the kids like, oh, can we have skills and drills tonight? And it's like,
Yeah, like, hey, listen,
I'm exhausted and I have to get up in the morning.
Right.
So
I got to eat some
who knows?
dinner.
And I don't live in Casanova either, so that
Driving in.
yeah.
Well,
But-
congratulations.
Thank you. Going back to that question, with what we have to do, I think if we just stay fresh, and I don't see us going undefeated for the entire season. So we'll just have to make adjustments as the season goes on. I mean, we're gonna have a loss. We're gonna have a loss or two or 3 or 4, and how we respond to those losses and make some
yourself up.
changes.
Yep.
We'll really see how we do for the rest of the season.
Yep, I love it. All right, shout out, Sam. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my mom and dad for driving me everywhere for travel
course.
softball.
Hannah, the hoop player. I love it.
I also want to shout out my parents. My dad's actually has helped out with the team the past 2 years. So that's been really great. And my mom has always just been very supportive of our team and of every sport I play, too.
Good job, Hannah's dad. Laura.
My parents and my travel coaches.
Very cool. Mackenzie.
My parents as well. They make it every game they can and always hear them the loudest in the stands.
That is the best. Hold signs and stuff. Maddie, how about you?
I'd like to shout out my global teacher, Mr. Capella, because he's actually He's not very supportive with softball, but he has been this year.
Oh, good.
He's
Don't worry
donated
about it. It's
a lot
all
for
positive,
us.
Mr.
Yes.
What's his name?
Mr. Capella.
Mr. Capella. Thanks, Mr. Capella, buddy. Lorraine, shout out. Where are we going?
Well, I guess have to go my husband.
Oh, yeah.
Got to go the
This
family and
guy
the kids.
hooks you up.
He does.
softball.
And I have to go the rest of our coaches and our
He's
and
always
the rest
making you
of our
dinner
team.
when you get home.
He does.
That's a good man.
Yes, he does. Yep. And the rest of our team and our coaches too.
Give me how many coaches now you got rolling in
Well,
here?
we have some. They're all volunteers, coaches,
yeah.
so
That's great.
yeah.
All right, very, very cool. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Casanova softball, incredible job. And we'll be right back. This is the Athletic Insurance Inside High School Sports Show, presented by SummitCars.com, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. 100.1. 100.